What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are coming off of a pretty successful Monday night football slate for our free picks. But today we do have some WNBA. We have some baseball. I'm going to be giving you guys some free picks for those. I'm going to talk about the two WNBA playoff games, and you guys can do what you want with those. But if you guys want to get all these plays, make sure you guys stick around to the end, and I'll see y'all in just a second. All right, guys, so before we do anything, I do have to pick a winner from yesterday's NFL video to win a free month of VIP. If this video gets 250 likes, I will pick another random comment down below to win a free month. So smash that like button, drop a comment. I do appreciate every single one of you guys watching, every single one of you guys leaving a comment, leaving a like, leaving a dislike. I don't care what it is. I do appreciate all of you guys, and I just wanted to throw that out there and tell you guys thank you. But anyways, let's go ahead and pick our winner from yesterday. If you want a chance at free VIP, drop a comment in this video. Winner from yesterday is going to be from Vincent Carrillo, who said LFG, so let's freaking go. Well, Vincent, send me a message on Discord, Ryan Fantasy Aces. I will get you added for a free month of VIP. I do appreciate the love and support from every single one of you guys. I will say, guys, sometimes I give these away and people don't come claim them for like a week. Like, make sure you guys are, if you're commenting the video for free VIP, make sure you at least check the next day, even if it's not a sport that you want to bet on, to come see if you won, because you guys do get that free month, and I do give it away every single day, as long as we hit those likes, and we've been hitting those likes pretty easily on these videos, so once again, thank you guys. Yesterday's free picks, pretty successful, man. So let's talk about the first thing that I gave you guys, which was a teaser, and I will say on the video, I did not show the teaser live, because I said I didn't know for sure what I wanted to play, but I did tell you guys, my thought process at the time of the video was I'm going to take Detroit plus 10.5, that teaser, and then I'm going to take the over on the total teaser, and I'm going to put $500 or $600 on it. So this is what I ended up doing, that exact same thing. It's an NFL teaser. You can see it says teaser here. If somebody asks what a teaser is, you're taking the spread as well as the total, and all you're doing is buying points for each. Now, you can do this with two totals. You can do this with two different team spreads, whatever you want. But it's called a teaser because you're just buying points. So NFL football, 6 points is minus 120. So I get 6 points on both of the props that I play. And you can do this on 4 and 5 plays, whatever you guys want to do. I just do it on 2 bands or 2 slip or 2 props, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, 2 pick parlays. Anyway, 6 points for Detroit. They're getting 4.5 already, so it's plus 4.5. You add 6 points to that, you get plus 10.5. Same thing for the over. The over is 53.5. You add six points to that in your favor, you get 47.5. The total went way over. Detroit beat Baltimore, which was or Baltimore. I know you guys make fun of the way I say Baltimore. Anyways, both those did cash as a nice little $500 profit. So the total payout in this slip was $1,100. I risked $600. I profit $500. I did do the Lamar free square. Not what it was on video, obviously, but it did cash us out. If you guys were in the Discord, you got that. And then in the video, I gave you guys Lamar and Gibbs, both fantasy score, which did cash us out. I actually ended up playing this again for 150. I put 150 to win like 335 or something like that. It cashed me out. But the only one we missed yesterday for the free picks was Tyler Loop with Goff passing touchdowns, and Goff had 1 passing touchdown. I needed one more for him to catch that slip, and we would have swept. Unfortunately, he couldn't do it. So yesterday overall wasn't bad. We had a couple plays that missed that hurt us. I will say I had one more Prizepick slip that chalked because I had Derrick Henry, and I had him getting 65 rushing yards. So I bought him down, and he was the only prop that I needed to hit on that slip, and I would have cashed out for $400. Unfortunately, Derrick Henry could not pull it out. They didn't give him any carries second half. The one carry they gave him pretty much the second half, he fumbled. So it was a little tough loss there, but overall, not a bad day at all. If you guys do want to get all of our props, all of our plays, join our Discord. Link to the Discord's down in the description. If you want to get all the VIP plays, which is literally every single thing that I play, is copied and pasted into the Discord for you guys can just look at it and tell it yourself. So if you guys want to get that, $25 a month, $10 a week. Link to the WAP is down in the description as well. But that being said, guys, last thing, and we'll jump into these free picks. If you guys want a free month of our VIP other than leaving a comment, you can sign up for any partnered app. They are down in the description. Sleeper, Chalkboard, Underdog, Parlay Play, Better, Novig, and Dabble. Any of those 7 apps get you a free month. Use our code. Chalkboard and parlay play will give you free money right now with no deposit. I'm telling you, Chalkboard for sure gives you $25 for free, no deposit required. You just sign up for Chalkboard using code FANTASYACES, and they just give you the money. If you guys do that, just let me know, and I'll give you a free month too. So you don't even have to deposit anything, and you get a free month of VIP and $25 for free. Parlay play will give you $5 for free, but to get free VIP, you do have to make a $10 deposit. So anyways, those options are there. You can get up to 7 full months for free. I just wanted to tell you guys that. But that being said, let's take a look at these two WNBA games that we have. We'll talk about WNBA props, and then we'll do MLB. But WNBA, we got the Mercury taking on the Lynx at home. Lynx are at home. We got the Fever taking on the Aces. The Aces are playing at home. So these are two games. I'm not trying to get creative with anything here, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. I think the Lynx win. I think the Aces win. Fever come out and actually beat the Aces in game 1, which I actually find crazy. I haven't been keeping up with WNBA playoffs as much as I would like NBA or NFL or anything like that. It's not a sport that I grew up watching for sure. So, still a little bit new to the playoffs for the WNBA personally. Kind of been watching just to see how it goes, see how these girls play, and they've been playing good, man. These games have been competitive. Fever beating the Aces, like I said, was kind of an upset to me. Fever are missing pretty much their entire team, an unhealthy team, and it's kind of reminded me of how the Pacers got everybody was, or I'm not going to say everybody. I didn't think the Pacers were going to make it nearly as far as they did in the NBA Finals. So that being said, maybe the Fever are pulling that out of their pocket too. Maybe they'll be the Pacers this year, so we'll see. But for this game, guys, I got the Lynx. I got the Aces. They're minus 300, minus 370. If you parlay them together, you get almost even odds on this. It's like minus 130, something like that. That's probably what I'm going to play. I might take the Aces and do it like minus 3 or something for the Aces to get better value. But I'm probably just going to run Minnesota money line and do it that way. But regardless, guys, those are the two picks I have. I know it's nothing special. You can look at the money here. 84% of the money on the Lynx, 60% of the money on the Aces. If some people are taking Fever money line plus 367. I think the Fever are the better team, or the Aces are the better team, and the Fever is just so injured, man. It's hard to trust them on that. But that being said, if you want to play those money lines, you can. I mean, I know it's nothing special there. It's two heavy favorites that I just took, but if you parlay them together, you can get close to even odds. That being said, let's jump into our free slips. I am going to be locking this free slip live on Parlay Play. Code FANTASYACES on Parlay Play, like I said. But this is going to be a little over. It's like a 2.4x slip. It's going to be a 3-pick. These are going to be discounted lines that I'm playing together to get that. So I'm just throwing it out there. If you try to play on my Prizepicks, I'm not 100% sure what the payout's going to be. We can find out live right now and see. But I am going to be playing this on Parlay Play. This is where I keep a lot of my bankroll. One of my favorite apps, Parlay Play. A little bit messy sometimes compared to some of the other apps, especially you got to pay attention to some of their payouts sometimes, but overall, it's one of my favorite apps if you guys do want to try it out. But anyways, jump into our first play. The first play is going to be for our girl, A'ja Wilson. I'm taking A'ja today. I'm taking her, the vet, one of the best players in the WNBA, one of the GOATs. I'm taking her to get 34.5 PRA. So original line's 38.5. Parlay Play is giving us a boost right now for 1.48x to get her 34.5 PRA. So I like this line. You guys are more than welcome to fade it if you want, and I'll show you why you might want to fade it. But anyways, A'ja Wilson has cashed it 7 of her last 10 games. She's cashed it 75% of her last 20 games, and she's averaging 40 PRA over her last 20 games. If you look at her head-to-head data versus the Fever, I almost called them the Pacers, but versus the Fever, this season she's played 4 games. She's chalked every single game versus the Fever. She's only cashed it 3 of her last 8, and that was from the 2024 season. So you got to pay attention to that. 33, 33, 28, and 30 in her last 4 games, respectively. If you look at the minutes played, she played 34 minutes, 26, 29. So these 2 games, her minutes were cut a little bit, and you can see they got beat by 10 here. They ended up getting beat by 27 here. They got beat by 16 here. Like, the Fever have had the Aces number this season. They have had their number. It is what it is. I just don't see them beating them in a full series. I really don't. I think the Aces are the better team, especially with all the injuries. And if you guys keep up with WNBA at all, you know the Fever are hindered by injuries. A lot of their starter players are out. Kelsey Mitchell's pretty much taking the lead right now. Her, Leah Boston, Howard, like, they got some good players, but they are hurt. They are hurt. Like, they got a lot of players out. Anyways, you see the last game, she had 30 PRA in the first game of this playoff series. I think that A'ja Wilson steps it up tonight. You can see versus Seattle, she stepped it up 39, 39, and 46 PRA in her 3 games. I do not think A'ja Wilson wants to get beat by the Fever. I mean, she doesn't want to get beat by anybody, but the Fever specifically, I feel like if they let this injured team come and beat them, it's just not something that I think Asia is going to let happen. So I'm taking Asia Wilson, 34.5 PRA. I think she pops off tonight. I think this is going to be a very good game by her. If you want to take her original line at 38.5, I think you can take that, and I think she cashes it. But 34.5 is what I'm going to be running, just because you're getting a boost on this, and the value is going to be there if you guys do want to take it. Who am I going to pair her with? I've got two girls I'm pairing her with. The first one is going to be Napheesa Collier. So I'm taking Collier from the Minnesota game. I think Napheesa Collier is going to have a good game versus the Mercury. Her original line for points is sitting at 21.5. I'm going to buy this down to 17.5. If you look at Collier at 17.5 points, she has cashed this line in 8 of her last 10 games. She has cashed this in 80% of her last 20 games, averaging 21 points per game. And then on the season, she's cashed this 81% of the games. 30 of 37 games this season, she's had 18 points, averaging 22 points per game. Obviously, one of their star players. They actually have her boosted on parlay play as well for points and assists if you want to lock it in. I didn't want to play that. I ended up wanting to go with her points. It's a 1.26x. So, yes, it's going to be a very low payout. These two together give you a 1.86. So, if you only want to play 2 plays or one with Asia, you can almost get a double up. But I decided to go with a 3-man and go for like a 2.5x. So, totally up to you guys. If you look at Phoenix's points defense, they have the 4th best defense in the league, giving up 80 points per game. So they don't give up a lot of points. They got a good D, but I mean, this is the NBA playoff or WNBA playoff, guys. Napheesa at her last 5 games, or we'll just look at her last 10. You can see versus the Valkyries, she dropped over 20 points a game in the versus the Valkyries every single game. She's had 18 versus the Mercury in game 1. They won by 13 points. Second home game, I kind of think that she's kind of going to do the same thing. 18 is low. I will say, she has hit 18 on the dot a lot of games. So this is going to be kind of sweaty. I don't think this is going to be like, oh, she automatically gets 18 points. But it is going to be a little bit sweaty. If they blow them out, then that's going to be the problem. But as long as this game stays competitive, I think Napheesa Collier gives us 18. And I do expect this to be a pretty competitive game. So I'm going to lock her in over 17.5 points as pick number 2 for WNBA. And we'll go ahead and pull these up on Prizepicks just to see what the value is. And we can compare them. So we did have Asia Wilson. Let's find her at 34.5. Our points prop was Collier at 17.5, and this is a 1.6x on Prizepicks. So, Prizepicks is way worse value. So 1.8x right now just because of the boost for Asia. And then the last pick that I had was going to be for Kelsey Mitchell. And I know Kelsey Mitchell chalked us last week. I don't think she's doing that. And this line's lower than we took last week. Last week we got hooked. We took her over 19.5. She ended with 19. Today, I'm taking her at 17.5 as well. She's cashed at 7 of her last 10. If you actually look at her, 7 of her last 8 games. She's cashed at 70% of her last 20, and she's cashed at 61% on the season. You can see games without player. They are missing McDonald. They are missing Clark, Bibby, Cunningham, Colson, Dantas. They're missing so many players. Head-to-head data versus the Aces. You can see they've played, 4 games this season. She's cashed it every single game. She's averaging 23 points per game almost versus the Aces. She's been scoring versus the Aces, man. She just had 34 points in her last game. I expect her to pop off again tonight. The Aces give 7th in the league in terms of points allowed, giving 81 points per game. Kelsey Mitchell's been shooting 18 field goal attempts on average versus the Aces per game. She just had 23 to the last game and then 24 the game before that. So she's shooting 20-plus shots versus the Aces. She should be able to give us 18 points. I like this this line. If you go ahead and filter it to away games, she's got you 3 or 4 games on the road versus the Aces. So Kelsey Mitchell's no stranger to the Aces team. She does well versus them, and I expect her to give us at least 18 points. So you could probably take her original line. She's actually one of them that I think gives us 20 plus. Once again, her original line right here, you can get 19.5 points. If you take her at 19.5, you got a triple or 3x. So 250 on this would win 765. If you take her at 17.5, which is obviously going to be safer, it is a 2.5x. So you guys can do what you want. I'm personally going to play it safe. If you're going to do it on Prizepicks, maybe playing her at 19.5 on Prizepicks would be the better move. Let's see here. So 19.5 would give you a 2.6x, and 17.5 would give you a 2.2x. You still get over a double up with these 3. I'm going to play it safe. I don't want to get hooked again. That does worry me a little bit just because I did hit 19 on the dot last time I played her. So I'm going to lock this in 250 for 617. It is locked in. We'll go to track picks. You guys can see. I'll refresh so you know it's legit and put my money where my mouth is. We got Kelsey Mitchell. We got Asia Wilson. And then we got Napheesa Collier all on this slip, 250 to win 617. If you want to play it on Prizepicks, you can do that. I may end up playing it on Prizepicks as well. We'll see. Probably not the exact same slip. I will have a WNBA Prizepicks slip in VIP for sure. So if you guys want to get that, obviously, come join our VIP. But anyways, let's get everything swapped over to baseball. The next couple of picks or next few picks will be for baseball. and hopefully we can catch you guys on baseball as well. So I'm going to hit MLB on all these apps so we can compare value. Here we go. And now let's talk about some MLB. So the first MLB play that I have, and I actually locked this slip in on Sleeper. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull this slip up for you guys. Now, I will say I think Sleeper has bumped this line slightly. So what I played last night, $100 to win 211. I took Sanchez and Logan Webb. I took Chris Sanchez over 4.5 Ks, which is 5+ Ks on Prize or on Sleeper. And I took Logan Webb at 28.5 fantasy points. So let's take a look at Sanchez. So Sanchez, the Phillies pitching versus Miami. They are at home today. So we're going to take him over 4.5K. So you're getting a discounted line here. He's cashed this in 9 of his last 10 games. He has cashed this in 85% of his last 20 games. And this season, he has cashed this 83% of games, which is 25 of 30. He averages 6.6 strikeouts per game on average. Looking at his season so far, he is 13-5. He has a 2.66 ERA, a 9.4 strikeouts per 9 innings, which is well over a strikeout per inning pitcher. He has a 1.1 whip, which means that's walks and hits per innings pitched. So he gives up 1.1 per inning for the most part. If you look at him versus Miami, he is 6-0 versus Miami, 1.2 ERA, and a 0.8 whip. Like, the dude has been dominating Miami. He averages 91 pitches per game, around 6.1 innings pitched per game on average. And he's going against a team that strikes out top 5 or bottom 5 in the league. They strike out 4th. They don't strike out very much. They have a 17.7% strikeout rate over their last 30 games. And then on the season, they're striking out 21% of the time. Sanchez, high strikeout pitcher. 5 Ks is not that much. You can see his ceiling is around 12 this season. Lots of games where he's getting 4. If you look at his head-to-head data versus Miami, he's cashed this game in 2 of his last 3 versus the Marlins. 1 of 2 this season. He had 4 and 5 in those games respectively. I expect him to have a good game. I expect him to give us at least 5. He could probably give us 6 tonight if you want to take 6. Miami has been pretty patient. They've been pretty good so far or lately, and I probably would take the discounted line before I took the regular line, which is why I'm doing that. But Sanchez, man, like him in this matchup. So let's go ahead and pull him up. I actually like the Phillies to win this game. If you want to play them, they're minus 235 favorites. They're pitching versus Cabrera. Obviously, Sanchez is in my opinion, a far better pitcher than Cabrera. We can come down here and look at this offense versus Sanchez, and you can look at their OPS. The OPS 667, 900, 100. Not many of them have any data versus Sanchez. 4 at-bats, 0 hits, 6-0, 3-0, 9-3, 5-2. Like, they are not hitting off of Sanchez. If you look at strikeouts, 1 of 4, 1 of 6, 1 of 3, 2 of 9, 1 of 5, 1 of 3, 1 of 6. So striking out a decent amount, enough for Sanchez to give us 5 Ks, in my opinion, which is why I like him and why I'm going to be locking him in. Then you guys already saw who we paired him with. We paired him with Logan Webb. Now we're going to check and see what we can get on parlay play with Sanchez. So Sanchez Ks is not a high payout at all on Prizepicks, and maybe it just got bumped down so hard from where we took it, because we took it early. 4.5 Ks. We'll see what we can get here. So we took Logan Webb fantasy. We'll see what his fantasy is right now, and you can't even get his fantasy on parlay play, which is pretty bad. Pitcher fantasy, do they have Logan Webb? They do not have Logan Webb, so you have to play this on Sleeper if you want to play it. Now, let me give you guys some information about Sleeper fantasy score. It's different than all the other apps due to they subtract points for walk and then don't give you the same amount of points for like wins and quality starts. So their fantasy scores are usually a lot lower. So like on Prizepicks, this might be 36.5. Like, it's usually going to be a lot higher. So we ended up getting Logan Webb at 28.5. I do believe Webb got bumped to 30. I don't dislike this. I'm going to be honest. But yeah, fantasy score on Sleeper right now is 30.5. So he's cashed at 63% of games this season. Head-to-head, he missed it his only game versus the Cardinals. It's the Cardinals. Like, they're not a super strong team. If we look at Logan Webb versus the Cardinals or look at Logan Webb in general, he's 14-11 on the season, a 3.27 ERA, 9.7 strikeouts per 9 innings, a 1.2 whip. He's going against a team that strikes out 22nd in the league, giving up striking out 25% of the time. Like, they strike out a good bit. He's going to get some fantasy. They're not a super strong team in my opinion, and I think the Giants actually pull a dub tonight with Logan Webb. So that being said, it's tough to take a bump like that, and I can't get it. Fantasy score on underdog, yeah, 35.5. So you can take it on underdog if you wanted, but I think for Prizepicks right now, we're going to have to kind of mix this up a little bit. So we could take the boost on parlay play maybe at 4.5 Ks. This gives us a 1.6x and then throw in something else maybe, or we could just take Sanchez I told you guys Sanchez at 5.5K is not that bad. I could trust Sanchez to give a 6. I could take this. 2.2x. I think I'm going to risk it here. If you guys want to wait for just take the bump on sleeper, you can, or you guys can try to play his fantasy on a different platform, because I don't think 35.5 is too high either. I think he goes at least 6 innings. He could possibly go 7 innings versus the Cardinals, and we can pull this up and take a look at him versus the Cardinals. Anyway, so pitching against Piante, 5.2 ERA, Logan Webb 3.27 ERA. I don't know why I said that. It's not really that relevant right now. But anyways, we can see how this offense is batted versus Logan Webb in the past. 7 at-bats, 3 hits, 6.3, 19.6, 3.1, 3.2, 3.1. OPS is a 1.07, 1.5, 0.6, 0.6, 1.3, 0.6. So they've actually not hit bad off of Logan Webb. They've hit pretty decent. Burleson's hit pretty good off of him. Donovan's hit well off of him. A couple others. But anyways, still think Logan Webb has a great game. I think the Giants win this game. They are minus 200 favorites at home today, so if you want to play that with Phillies, you can maybe do that and get probably plus money. I'll probably end up doing something similar to that maybe. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm going to break down the money line slate for baseball here in just a little bit. But anyways, guys, that's kind of what I have for today. So you guys can see the 2 slips I gave for free. I'm taking Sanchez. I'll take him at 5.5Ks because I do think he gives a 6. It's definitely going to be way sweatier than the 4.5. And then I got Logan Webb 4.5Ks. I don't think that's going to be very sweaty. And then I got that WNBA play that I like a lot. So if we were to play it on Prizepicks, you probably wouldn't be able to play this slip. The value wouldn't be there. It's going to be kind of a parlay play specific slip. We do have this sleeper specific slip. You can play it with boosts, whatever you guys want to do to try to get the same value. If you want to take Sanchez or Webb, you can do what you want with that. But anyways, guys, hope you have an awesome day. Hope you guys cash every slip. I'll see y'all in tomorrow's video, and hopefully we get us that sweep.